While visiting Mick, I got the call I was waiting for. I was finally able to locate the whereabouts of the one wrestler I always wanted to meet, Jake the Snake Roberts.
I'm going to make you beg. You are going to get down on your hands and knees. You will be the one that grovels for the money. And how appropriate that the money you grovel for is your very own, wallowing in the muck of avarice.
Longfellow couldn't have said it better.
Jake the Snake Roberts!
At one time, one of the biggest wrestling stars in the world, Jake had dropped out of sight in the early 90s.
With Damian and Alice Cooper.
But his legend lived on.
Jake Roberts is one of the most phenomenal performers this industry has ever seen. Now, there's a guy with it. There's a guy that has that intangible. There's a guy that truly comes through the camera and captivates your attention.
Jake Roberts had had great gifts and great skills in our business because he had a tremendous aptitude for the performance side of this business. He never had a good body. He never was a great athlete. But he had his gift was his brain.
He's probably one of also, when it comes to the actual the actual psychology of how to control the audience, one of the most ingenious performers the industry has ever seen.
I don't know that you can separate Jake Roberts, the performer, from Jake Roberts, the person, because, quite frankly, I never knew which one I was talking to. And I don't know that they're not the same.
Unfortunately, he has had a lot of encounters with demons over his lifetime that have been very destructive.
He called us about 2 days before the show, and of course, you know, he wanted his retainer. We sent him his retainer. And then he called us up, and Jake told us straight up if we didn't get him some crack, then he wasn't going to come to our show.
If Jake Roberts could control the demons, Jake Roberts could be one of the most influential, creative forces in our industry. That's how talented he is. But for some reason, it just it doesn't seem like it's meant to be at this time.
Sometimes I realize the person that I hate most in this life is the person I'm looking at in the mirror. It's a scary thought. But, Diary of a Madman, huh?
I was told that on February 3rd, Jake would be wrestling in North Platte, Nebraska, home of Buffalo Bob's Trading Post.
Howdy, my name is Cody. Welcome to North Platte, Nebraska.
What do you like, Jake?
I like his Snake's style, the way he does his thing.
I like him, I like what he does, and one day I wouldn't mind meeting him.
You wouldn't mind meeting him? What would you do if you met him?
I would faint, most likely.
Really? Now, how about you?
I just want to hold the snakes.
Okay, you'll find it. The only guy that hasn't heard about Jake the Snake Roberts is probably Santa Claus.
Oh, God almighty. These people have been watching you for years. You wonder what connected them with you, or why they really want to see you, or why they would be a part of it. Lucky man.
Backstage, there were wrestlers I'd never heard of and wrestlers I hadn't seen in years. For a guy who once wrestled before 80,000 people in the Pontiac Silverdome, this was about as far down as you could go in wrestling without starting over.
Hello, South Man. I think somebody pulled your plug, buddy.
It was depressing seeing Jake in such bad shape, but when it came time to perform,
Ladies and gentlemen,
he could still turn it on.
my match starts when I come to that curtain. The character is there. The coldness is there. The walk is there. Everything that I do helps create that character. My breathing, the way I get into the ring, the way I get out of the ring, the way I look at people, the way I use my hair, the way I use my hands. Everything. Ring psychology is something that's so beautiful, man. Such a joy to be a part of. But by having ring psychology, you got to be able to look at people in the eye and convince them that you believe what you're doing. You look at one person and just literally melt them into that seat. Make them cry. Make them smile. And it's like a ripple effect. It goes right through the whole crowd. Put me on the card. Let me bring some asses to the seats. Pay me. I don't care if I'm the champ. I don't care if I'm the water boy. Just let me be a part of the show and I'll do my share. She was just such a kind little thing, you know. And right there will probably be her, you know, she's going to live here the rest of her life probably and have 7 kids and 7 husbands and whatever and wind up being a lady truck driver that cross-dresses or something. But she'll always remember tonight, man, you know. That's why I enjoy the small towns. They really dig it. They really appreciate it. You get in a place like this, my God, I could be mayor here next week if I wanted to be. You know, they'd execute the one they've got and just put me in power. I'd be like a dictator mayor, you know, and they love it. That's what really scares you.
Hey, can we get your autograph real quick?
In the arena, nothing hurts. Everybody's glad to see you. You come back to all the glamour of Ramada Limited. And this is the real world. Just take a shower and get dressed and go on to the next one, I guess.